The story about Daniel Hauser and his parents is really saddening. It really makes you think about where the powers to be are coming from in terms of forcing parents to subject their kids to chemotherapy, as if it's just like taking some sort of cough syrup. The choice that parents have to make is very difficult, and the government's truly interfering with the choice of the Hausers and what they are trying to do. These are loving parents. The fact remains that no one seems to care why this disease has doubled since the 1980s, and it was relatively uncommon, and now it's the fifth leading cause of cancer. There is a gentleman named Billy Best who went through this all when he was 16, ran off, and only came back when he could actually use an alternate therapy. God bless him.
Well, there is now an international search underway for an American boy who ran away to avoid chemotherapy. And tonight our Beth Germano talks with one of the few people who knows exactly what that boy is going through. And Beth, you spent some time talking to Billy Best, who did this very same thing years ago, and now he says that it really is up to this boy to make this decision for himself.
Jonathan, Billy Best believes the law has no business in personal health care decisions. The courts have said Daniel Hauser will die without chemotherapy to treat his cancer. But Best says he has another story to tell. And that's how he is now trying to help the Minnesota teenager who's sharing a story familiar to Best.
They first contacted me.
These days, Billy Best doesn't want to be a cancer survivor telling his story, but a freedom fighter. What makes you so passionate about this case?
It's so similar to the experience I went through when I was younger.
The experience of 13-year-old Daniel Hauser from Minnesota, now on the run with his mother Colleen, rather than face court-ordered chemotherapy for his Hodgkin's lymphoma.
I'd like to grab him and hide him if I could, but I don't know where he is.
Are you concerned about him?
I am concerned about him.
Best made national headlines in 1994 when he fled Massachusetts at age 16 to avoid radiation and chemotherapy for his cancer. When we last interviewed him in 2001, his Hodgkin's lymphoma was gone, and still living proof, he says, that the alternative treatments and supplements he used work.
You made that decision to leave. How difficult is that decision?
It's the most difficult thing. I mean, you have to be so desperate, in such a desperate place where you are, where you say, I'm going to leave everything I know.
And natural healing methods are what the Hausers are seeking. It's why they asked Best to come to Minnesota earlier this month to share his experience with Daniel and the court.
He just wanted to be left alone. He was so confident in, what he was doing, the supplements he was taking.
And now Best believes the law should allow the Hausers to follow their own medical path.
They're on the run and they're frightened, and that's no place to be when you're in a healing crisis.
There was speculation this week Billy Best was with the Hausers, and he admits he would have if given the opportunity. But he says he had no idea where they were going to flee, and he's not been in touch with them at all. Jonathan and Lisa?
You have to feel for everybody involved in this as well.
Once again, God bless Bill Best for stepping forward and offering his support to the Hauser family. Here's another gentleman on YouTube. His name is David, and he also went the non-traditional route and with a lot of success, and showed a lot of thought and courage on his part to go this way. Basically, every year 66,000 Americans are diagnosed with this, and in 2008, 19,000 died of it. Here's another lady, Betty Tillis, who was diagnosed with this stage 3 serious situation, and she went the alternate route as Best did and survived. There's so many risk factors. There's all the crap in our milk, all the hormones, growth hormones, and even the insecticides they use to keep the ticks off, the fleas off the cows. It's disgusting, and virtually everything we eat is at risk. I mean, some are obvious, like hot dogs with the nitrates and the nitrites, and these cause increased rates of leukemia and cancer in in young children. And then now we have all these young children having cell phones and cooking their brains out with these damn cell phones, which they know affect younger cells of the brains of kids much more than older people. It's a bad deal, but we do it anyhow. And then, of course, we have these people with this compulsion to kill every bug in the world, and they have people come in and spray their houses with all kinds of insecticides and stuff. These people also have higher incidence of leukemia and lymphoma, and no one seems to give a damn. Where are the judges? The judges are trying to put the parents in jail for going the natural route. I don't see them putting anybody in jail for this other crap. Then the whole sugar thing, where everything contains sugar. Cancer cells love sugar and they hate oxygen, and yet doctors don't tell patients, lay off the friggin' sugar. It's so important, a basic thing, but now you have this sugar industry, and you have the Coca-Cola people and the Pepsi people. What a joke. Then we have the irradiated foods, which are doing all kinds of wild things to the food and changing the whole nature of the food, and you wonder why a whole population is getting more and more cancer. You have the damn fluorination of our water supplies with that basically it's criminal what they're doing. And at this point, the evidence is going by the wayside that this fluoridation is doing anything good, but it's money, industries making money off the horrors and the pain and suffering of the population. You have to understand we're just cattle. You have the aspartame. If you want to hate Donald Rumsfeld for anything, you can thank him for this crap that's causing all kinds of issues, and no one seems to care, and they just this binge for sweeteners and stuff. I don't know. We have to do something. Then you have areas in the United States that are low in selenium, and these areas basically have higher cancer rates. So selenium is an anti-cancer mineral, which people should be having more of. The whole point of the matter is you've got to look into this stuff. You've got to take it seriously. And if you love your family, yourself, you will look into this thing. Then there was the sunscreen. It told us not to stay out of the sun with sunscreen. Well, the damn sunscreen has all kinds of toxic chemicals in it. And not only that, we lost our ability to have vitamin D, which is also an anti-cancer vitamin. So, the mainstream is so far off on this stuff, it's disgusting. And Gary Knoll, people like Gary Knoll have taken hopelessly ill people and made them whole again. And the whole mentality of what you can expect from big business. Think of the Pinto. They let people burn up in the cars without repairing them because it was cheaper to pay for the legal suits. So don't count on the government to protect you. Don't count on the industry to protect you. You're on your own. Just keep looking to the skies. Take care and God bless.